Lead fever coming at ya.
Subscribe to Papa's YouTube channel.
We're out.
Good morning, folks. Right there you see a new chronograph that a viewer, Mr. Paul from Dallas, Georgia, was so kind to send me. He bought a new lab radar and he didn't need this anymore. Well, folks, somehow I lost my video footage of what I'm using in this test. This is Lucas Oil Products white lithium grease, and all I do is just smear it around the bullet. And I'm down there at 50 yards, so I'm editing this down. I'm going to throw this in here. This is what we got in this test. White lithium grease. Get right back to you. I don't know if you can see me over there or not, but I'm back behind this rifle here. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's do our unload, and then we'll put the stuff through there with the white lithium grease. See what it does for it. So this is the unload. All right, there's 5. I have forgotten that this rifle shoots the CCI standard velocity pretty good, but actually there's not a whole lot that it doesn't like. There's a flyer. All right. I've only got 5 magazines, so I got to load 5 more in here. I need to buy 1 more magazine for each test and all the other tests that I do. All right. Let's move over here. Group number 3. Let me make that just a little crisper. That's okay. Didn't mess with my parallax. Somewhat foggy out here this morning, and the sun ain't really up good yet, so I'm having trouble seeing the target well. I wish I had an illuminated reticle dot. Would really make things easier. All right, group number 4. All right, not looking too bad for unload. Let's get our last group and we'll look at our chronograph numbers. I'll write them down on the target when I measure it up so you can see. Uh-oh. That's one thing about this Tikka. It's picky about feeding sometimes because the chamber is so tight on it. But it shoots good. All right, that last one dropped out. Let's see what we got here. Get my glasses on. So we got the average velocity is 1072.4. Standard deviation 15.4. Minimum velocity is 1041. Max velocity 1099. Extreme spread is 58. That's pretty good extreme spread. So let me stop this one. Save the group. And we'll start a new one. And we'll try. I'm not sure which one's. I think this is the 5. I think that's our 5 right there. Let's drop down to the next row. And let's see if this white lithium grease does anything for making this stuff shoot any better. I've done maxed out here. There we go. So let's get started on this. All right, that was 5. Let's move over. Get our second group. And first 5 are spread out quite a bit. Let's see once the lube gets in there if it does better. Well, that last one strung down there. All right, group number 3. That's not bad. Not bad. Group number 4. All right, not looking bad right there. Last group. Well, that was good. That was a good group right there. And there's something I want to bring up. I've been thinking about here. Let me go to our saved groups here. I saved that. Let's look at it. Set number 2. We had a We had a SD of 14.8 on the second, and on the first one we had a 15.4. So the standard deviation did drop down a little bit. So we had an average of 1066, a minimum of 1031, a max of 1096, and a spread of 65. And then on the first one, we had an average of 1072, a standard deviation of 15.4, a minimum of 1041, and a max of 1099. So we will pull that target and look at it, measure it up, and I'll put these chronograph numbers on it so we can see what it looks like. But something I was saying, I think with these lubes, after we find the one that works really, really good, so far the chapstick is in the lead by a pretty good margin. It knocked 0.136 off of the group averages, which is pretty good. I think once we do several groups in a row using the chapstick, once the lube gets in the barrel, I think it's going to tighten up and stay tightened up pretty good. I've had people say they think that we're, going down the rabbit hole and we're not going to find any solution to this ammo. But I think with the right lube and the right sorting technique, I think we can make it a decent ammo. Now, we'll have some ammo left over for plinking with, but I think that we can make a decent ammo out of this cheaper ammo. So let me pull the target, we'll measure it up, and we'll see what we did. I'll be right back with you. Okay, folks, with the white lithium grease, our unlubed up there was a 0.47, 0.47, 0.32, 0.44, 0.42. We had an average velocity of 1072.4, a standard deviation of 15.4, and an extreme spread of 58. And we had a group average of all five of 0.424. For our lubed, we started off with a 0.46, 0.46, a 0.34, a 0.26, and a 0.11. We had an average velocity of 1066.3, a standard deviation of 14.4, and an extreme spread of 65, with a group average of 0.326. So we cut that group down by 0.1, which is pretty good. Still not as good as the chapstick. So I've got another one to try here, and looks like this Tika is shooting this stuff pretty good. So let's get the next round of tests lined up, and we'll get her going. That's Johnny. I'll be right back.